Dave here. I have a question for you. Are you feeling stressed out? This last weekend when I asked that, everyone raised their hand. And we all should raise our hand. There are times when we get stressed out, and that is just normal. And it's just how long are we going to stay in that stressed state? That's an area that I've had to deal with this weekend. How long am I going to stay in this stressed state? How long am I going to stay in this, what I would call this world of whining, okay? And we all get there. But what happened with the disciples, and we saw this with Jesus and the whole idea of his death and then his resurrection from the dead, is that we saw how the disciples changed. We're in a series called Mastermind, and we looked at how different ways the disciples changed their thinking, and then it changed the way they lived. See, at one time they were stressed out. They were fearful, and that they were wondering what was going to happen to them after Jesus died. But when Jesus showed himself to them, he said a same type of word. As a matter of fact, same type of phrase. And I'd like to read all three of them right now. So right now I need Justin to actually get his phone set up so that I can look at it. Here we go. So I'm going to read these three. John 20:19b. Jesus came and stood in their midst and said to them, "Peace be with you." And then verse 21, it says, Jesus said to them again, "Peace be with you." Later on, this was when Thomas, 8 days later, when Thomas was with the disciples, because remember, Thomas was not with the disciples in that other meeting. And so Thomas is going, "I don't believe any of this stuff. I have to touch them and feel them." And then Jesus appears to him and says again, "Peace be with you." And so have you ever been stressed out? And are you stressed out right now? And would you like to experience peace? Well, the way we get that is to look up to God. I've struggled with that today myself. And I'm going to spend some time, and I hope you do, spend some time alone just looking up. See, I had my quiet time today. I had a time in God's Word. I even journaled. But in my journaling, I said, I'm stressed out and I'm frustrated and a little bit angry and resentful. I'm sure none of you guys have ever been there, but I was that today, ironically, the day after Easter. And so what I want to do for myself is to get quiet for a moment. Instead of reading the Bible, I've already done that today, just get alone and gaze up at him and go over who he is and why I can rely on him rather than rely on myself. So some of the things you can rely on: he is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. He knows everything, so we might as well put it in his hands. He's with us all the time, and he has all strength. There's no one stronger than him, so we can rely on his strength. So if you're struggling, stressed out with work, school, kids, life in general, would you just sit down and spend a little bit of time gazing at God, glancing at the problems at hand? And I think what will happen, well, I know what will happen, is that our thinking will change, and then the way we live for today will change too. So guys, do that with me. Let's all get peaceful. We'll see you later on.